Test. 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 Good morning. Start a few minutes. Test. Good morning. Start a few minutes. Test.
hard to believe that Mint Mobile can be good at just $15 a month. So, as Mint's new owner, I brought in one of our first and oldest.
Streamlabs is happy to announce additional support. You'll be able to live stream to YouTube and show alerts every time you get a brand new member to your channel. And I'm going to show you everything you need to know about it right now. Hey, what's up all you awesome YouTube member is? It's an easy way for a viewer to support your channel through monthly payments in exchange for member-only perks. To add and customize your alerts for your YouTube stream, make sure you log into Streamlabs dashboard. Open the alert box settings, and from here you have two options. Having on-screen alerts for your YouTube broadcast is a crucial element. Think of it as you need to add an alert box widget. Confused about what a widget is on Streamlabs? Don't worry, got you covered. In the top right corner up there, I'm going to put a card that allows you to learn more for chat or donation. Make sure you alt alert animation until you customize your own. When it comes to alerts, you have two types, pre-made and custom. For pre-made, Streamlabs offers you alerts created by top designers in the industry from Nerd or Die, Visual by Impulse, and Own. Visit the theme library by clicking on the widget themes to
Good morning. Going to start in 1 minute here. All right, going to start here. So welcome to the PL Capital Forex report. We're going to look at the US dollar index, the euro, the pound, the CAD, the yen, and we're also going to look at the 2 and 10-year bonds. So let's get started here. All right, so this is the US dollar index 4-hour chart. And I thought that would come back down one more time, as I said in my video last week. And I think what they did is they ended up making a triangle here, which is perfect, because after this now you got 5-wave move, triangle, and now one more up. And triangles are really good because that tells me that it's just one more up and then the potential for all the way down. Now it could be that this will be just the A wave, B, and then C, one more up, but you know, definitely he having some really good trades, because this I'd only be looking for buy setups in the US dollar. So given that US dollar index is doing that, you would expect that all the currency pairs will be, like the euro and the pound, would be doing just the opposite. So now the euro itself, it's possible that this is a leading diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's a potential that they'll just correct one more up and then fall. But I'd only be looking for a sell setup, because even if this is a leading diagonal up, you got this down, there has to be a correction. And even if it does go up, the correction will have to happen. So now it could be WXYXZ and total down, but only going to be looking for the sell setups there in the euro. And then if we look at the pound, this to me isn't quite complete. It's either you got a 3-wave move here and then a big 3-wave move. Now you got this little ABC. So it's either going to be that this is all the correction, so it'll be a WXY. But given that strength, I think they're going to give one more correction and then still one more up. So maybe like a WXYXZ and come down. But just like the euro, I'd only be looking for a sell setup, because even if this is a WXY and this is going to go back up, it has to come down first. So I'd only be looking for a sell setup. You just have to know that if it comes down in just 3 waves, you got to be careful. You got to make a decision then, because they could go back up to break that top. But even if they do up here, then I'd only be looking for a sell setup again. And the CAD. So yeah, the CAD is definitely looking like they're creating a diagonal here. So 1, 2, 3, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And this could be 1, 2, and then ending diagonal. So this CAD could be in, the diagonal for a CAD could be in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up to there. And then given this strong reaction, I think it's safe to say that this whole move is done. So given this, at some point, you're going to get a pretty decent sized correction. I think they'll be targeting down here, 134, and then go back up. So the CAD, I'd actually only be looking for a buy setup because it needs a correction soon. It should be a pretty decent sized correction. All right, so buy setup temporary because then there'd be one more. Oh, hey, Emerald, see your note there. Yeah, I'm still having a hard time understanding how to send out notifications. I don't know if YouTube, I don't see any settings, so I gotta really look up that. But my intro, I could just give you a quick, if we just look at the dollar index, I just said that this looks like a triangle to me. And so I'd only be looking for buy setups because now the dollar will go up to break that 107 high. And I said that then it'll be in a position where it could come all the way down, or this could be just the A. It'll give you one more three-wave correction for B, and then still one more up for a C, and before they come down. But for this week, maybe even the next 2 weeks, it should be going upwards to take out that 107. So I'd only be looking for buy setups. So you're looking at the euro, I said that I'd only be looking for sell setups, and they could come up because this could be a leading diagonal, what they did so far. But either way, you're going to get a correction and then one more up and then the fall, or it's just going to start falling from right now. And the pound, the same thing. I could actually see them correcting and going up one more time, but then the sell setup is going to happen. So, and the CAD is in a correction starting, so got a big down move, looking for an up move now, correction before they go down, and I'm coming down into here before they resume up one more time. And the yen. So the yen, sharp sell off. Now it's one of two things. As I have it right now, I've had this 1, 2, 3. I got it labeled 4 and 5. There is the potential, when I look at this again, that this right here is just a leading diagonal. And this is correction, and then one more. This could be the running flat. So it might be that this, and then I got to slide this line. And actually I think they got to come down one more time, a little bit lower. But this might be the running flat. So then this 4, this might be the 4. And then they're going to go back up one more time for the 5. So what I'm looking for is what happens when I think they got to come down and set a new low one more time. And then what happens? Because if it's just a little three-wave correction and then down, then this 4 was actually over here. But if this gets really strong, then I think they're coming up for the 5th wave. And then this will be, then if we look at this, then this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to get the big correction down. So the yen is too hard to tell yet. Whether that's 4 and 5, or they're creating 4, and then they'll be going up for 5. So yen's just in a little tricky spot. I wouldn't be buying or selling the yen. We don't have enough information yet on what this down wave is. So, but to be honest, if it does come and break the low one more time, I'd only be looking for a buy setup, because it's either going to come all the way up, or it's just going to give you a correction. So it'd be very tradable, because you'll need a correction soon after that big down wave. All right, so that's the currency pairs, and then we look at the 2 and 10 year. Then go to the daily. So I still think that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm not sure if this 5th wave is done. The invalidation point is this 4607. If they break that, then this whole thing is done. And then there's going to be a big correction. But I still think that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a leading diagonal, because they've been coming up in a diagonal format. So 3 waves down, 3 waves, 3 waves. And I think this is just the leading diagonal part, first wave. And so what I see so far, go to a 4 hour, is they came down and 5, corrected up, hit that zone, and then sharp sell off. So if this is a leading diagonal, we've got 3 waves now down to here. And that's, I was thinking that they could even come down a little bit farther, but it is 3 waves. So the 2 year could potentially go back up to break their high one more time to finish that 5th wave. And then there's going to be a massive correction. So, but like I said, invalidation is 4607. So if they just give a correction and then drop and then break that, then we know that the 5th wave is in, and it's good to go for a really big correction. And then looking at the 10 year, it did break that invalidation point. So what I see, go to a daily, it's got this big, so here's the A, B, big C wave, and then here's A, B, C. And then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all in all, this is A, B, C. And so at a minimum, I'm expecting the 10 year to come down to 392. Could even fall to, well, 324, but I mean, it could come way down. But at a minimum, it should be coming down to 39. So now it's not going to go there in a straight line, but it looks to me like we've got 1, 2, and then like a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5. So it looks like the only problem, there's this little wave right here that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5 waves could be in. This could all be one wave, but either way, there has to be a correction. And at some point, either it's going to come down one more, and then give you a correction, or the correction's already started. It's going to start going up and then start coming down. So the 10 year needs to correct up, but I still see a lot more down now that we got that confirmation on the 10 year. So that's why it'll be interesting to see what the 2 year does. Does the 2 year go up to break its high one more time? Which I guess would be, then the 10 year will give you probably a big correction up, but it won't break. It should not. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't. Unless they're really extending this thing. Unless this is like 1, 2, and this was 1, 2. I had this as a leading diagonal up. But I don't. imagine that the 10-year is going to break its top. I think it's correcting down. So that's what I see on the 10-year. All right, so that's all the Forex pairs and the 2 and 10-year. Emerald. The 10-year is sitting on the 50-day moving average. I think the correction will be starting soon. Yeah, yeah. Correction for going up. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that I'm in total agreement with that. You know, like I said, it's either got just one more drop and then it'll correct up, or the correction's already started, and so you know this will go up, correct, go up, and then start falling again. So yeah, give us a bounce off the 50-day. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know that the 50-day was here. So yeah, that would make sense. You know, hits the 50-day, gets people excited for the bounce. It'll play for that, but eventually it'll still go down. So yeah, I like that. So let me ask you, Emerald, did you get a notification about this live stream, or did you just like happen to to look for this live stream on my channel? Because it seems like you're the only one who comes to these. I'm trying to figure out how to send out notifications. Okay, yeah, I gotta look. I don't know if it's an automatic thing, because like when I set it up, the live stream, I don't see any setting to like push out notifications or anything. So I assume it's doing it, but given the lack of participation, I don't know. Maybe just people just aren't interested in doing a live stream, so I don't know. Okay, I already started once you got the notification. Okay. Yeah, I got to do some research to see if I'm just missing something there. All right. Any other questions? You got anything else going on? I think that's true. There's not Forex isn't as popular, I think, among traders. You know, I think obviously the stock market is the big one. You know, and then maybe the futures market, but yeah, I think Forex it's kind of a different beast. You gotta really know what you're doing there. So yeah, I could see maybe that the interest is there, and actually I can tell just based on the number of views that the Forex videos get versus the stock market update and the commodity update. Forex is always lagging there. So yeah, that could be. You like to know about DXY and bonds? It helps me trading the indices. Yeah, I like I always say, you know, it's like I just like when I can look at a 2-year, 10-year, or the dollar, and go, okay, I see the dollar is going to be going up. Like, I think it's going to go up to break this 107. So if that's going to happen, the dollar's going to be strengthening for, I don't know, at least a week, if not 2 weeks. So then we look over at, the S&P, and like I said, I think either the correction's already started or it's got one more up, but then there's going to be a correction, so the market's going to come down. So, I just like when I can, like, everything is kind of making sense to me. Like, if the dollar's going to strengthen, bonds are going to strengthen, the market should sell. No, should, but a high probability chance that market will correct. Because like I said, I do believe that the dollar, once it breaks this 107, that it's in a position that it could start coming all the way down. But yeah, at least either come all the way down, or it's at least going to give you another correction before they go up one more time. We'll have to see how that comes down. If it's just 3 waves, then I think they might be going back up. But then it'll still reverse down, which means, go back to this chart, then I think once you get a correction in the stock market, it's going to go back up. So the dollar will go down, the stock market will go up. So yeah, so I like how I see all that. I like the live stream because we get a more personal approach, and we also get to ask questions to you directly. Yeah, that was my intention, was that, just try to create a community, just kind of like-minded people, trade to basically the same type of things, and I get to share what I see, obviously, and on this live stream, then you can chime in and tell me what you're seeing. And it's like, I didn't know about the bonds bouncing off the 50-day. Like, I that's one thing I don't really use the 50 or the 200 or anything like that. So yeah, it's just always good to hear different opinions, different technical tools that people use. Hey, you got anything else there, Emerald? Let me see if there's anyone else even on. Yeah, there's one other person. Anyone has a question? Potential head and shoulders forming on the 10-year. Oh, yeah. I could see that. Yeah, if they give us this type of look correction and then drop, yeah, then you'll have your shoulder, head, shoulder, drop. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah, the correction up definitely forms the right shoulder. Yeah. I like that a lot. That's exactly what I see. Do you trade the 10-year at all? Or any bond ETF or something, or you just use it just as a guidance for trading the stock market? CYA. What is that? Tail risk strategy. Simplify tail end risk. I haven't heard of that. Simplify. Let's take a look at it. I hope you've been selling this thing. It's a ETF, yeah. Well, they're 20% invested in the 10-year and 2-year. 20%. Did you just recently get in it? %50 loss, yeah. Well, you will, because the 2 and 10 are going to go up, at least for a correction. So the CYA should be going up. It depends on what else they're invested in, but should the yields go higher, if it'll come back up. Yeah, you'll be getting at least a bounce in this CYA. But like I said, because it's only 20% of the 2 and 10, you still got whatever the 80%. If that other 80% is still going down, then the 2 and 10 might not be able to carry it enough. But like on the daily, like I'm not seeing any divergence. So I would think you're going to get a correction, but still more down, because there's no divergence, RSI or MACD. So, yeah. This looks like a September 21 it started. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, actually, it looks like they're making a leading diagonal here. So 1, that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4. And now, because it needs to be 3 waves, let me see here. Yeah, this looks pretty straight down. No, actually, look at this again. You do have 3 waves. Down, up, down. You do have 3 waves. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could actually be getting a very big correction. If this 5 waves is in, let me see. It reacts on the volatility also. Okay. Yeah, I do see 5 waves down. So you might be in a good position that this thing's going to bounce really big, at least big enough that you can get break even. Hi, Susanna. Susanna, you still trading the pound? Which AI stock? Wow, that is a huge gap down. Wow. Emerald, hopefully you just recently got into this stock? Yeah. One, two, three. One, two, three. Oh, good. So you missed you missed this big drop in what was that 2022 or so? Wait a minute, something's not right here. January 21, August of 22. For some reason on my chart, it's just missing like a whole year's worth of data. I go from January 21 to down here, it's August of 22. So I thought it was a gap down, but it looks like this chart's missing data for some reason. You're 30 down. The good news is that it looks like, I wish I could see all the data. I thought it was just straight down. I'd like to see what the waves were doing. Because so far, there's just this, you just could see it. 1, 2, 3 waves up. And now they've come ripping down again. So it's either this is all correction and it's going to go up one more time to break that. And then maybe down, but without seeing this data here, I wonder if I go to a 4-hour chart if it will show it. No. That shows even less data if I go to a weekly. No. I don't know, for some reason it's missing all this data. One, two, three. I mean, it really looks like you only have 3 waves coming down. So it could be in a position where like a 3, 3, and now it's going to come all the way up in 5 waves to break that 275. But I'd really want to see what happened before this to really understand what it's doing. I think IPO'd earlier this year. Perhaps that's why you're not getting much data. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because like on the 4-hour chart, like the data only starts like October-ish of 22. For some reason, the daily, it's got all this data back to 2004. So I don't know, maybe the company, I don't know went out of business. I don't know. I don't know what this company is, but yeah, something's not right here. But yeah, maybe it just restarted up. Yeah, yields to drop, NASDAQ to rocket. Yeah, that's like I said in my video yesterday. That's my new base case now for the stock market. That this was all correction, and now they're starting up, and it could be that we've got the A, B, C. So I'm expecting correction and then one more up, and then we'll have to see what this is, because it's either going to be a diagonal. This was 1 and this is 2, and then they'll go up for 3 and then down for 4 and then up for 5. It'll be like a ending diagonal, or it could be something else. But yeah, it's only, I'm only looking for buy setups now. On my broker, I think the all-time high is around 3. What's broker? Broker. Okay. Oh, the all-time high is around 3. Yeah, then I think that there's a very good chance that you'll be going at least up to 275 to break that high one more time. Direct investing, yeah, okay. All right, anything else, Emerald? Still have that one other person sitting there. Any questions to anybody? Or maybe that's Susanna. I don't know. No, there really isn't. Oops. EURUSD. I mean, it on the 4 hour. If this is truly all the data for this thing, then I would say that this looks good, that it's going to go back up, because you have just a 3-wave up, and it looks like you've got 3 down. So I'd expect at least, I mean, it's either they're going up in a diagonal, in which case you're going to be very happy, because then that's 1, this will be 2, and then they'll go up in 3 for 3, and then 4, and then still go up again for 5 waves. Or this, I would think, is just going to go up very impulsively, break that 278, break that, and then this would all be just an A, B, C, and then you'll get a correction, and then more up. But as it stands right now, I'd only be looking for a buy setup if I was going to get in this. but because this is so new, it's like it just, it is three waves. So I mean, that could be a correction, and now it's like gonna head and break this low of what 38 or so. But especially if it can break that level right there, 122, then that's looking a whole lot better. That this down wave is done, and it should just kind of be chugging up. And if the whole stock market is going to go up to break the yearly high, it'd be hard to imagine that, especially if this is an AI stock. I mean, so 1, 2, 3. So I mean, you do already have three waves coming down, and you got three up. I could actually see them coming down one more time, and then resuming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I think this is just the A, B. I think I could see them coming down for a C and then resume back up. And then, like I said, if they go back up but only break this high, but not this 1, 2, 2, and then it starts coming down again, then that's not looking good. All depends on the bonds and NASDAQ, I guess. If yields are going lower, then I guess we'll see more of a risk on market, perhaps. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay. I could, like I said, I could see it dropping down to maybe 87, but then as long as it can go back up, break that 122, then I think it's just going to continue marching up to at least 278. All right, any other questions? Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, no, appreciate you asking. Be very lonely without you, Emerald. All right, sounds like no one has any questions, so I think I'll just wrap this up and say thanks for watching. And should be an interesting week this week. I think to actually be kind of a dull week, not a lot of data points coming out, and I think the market will be just in a choppy correction. Yeah, thanks, Emerald. I'm trying to grow it slowly. Takes a long time, that's for sure. But it's fun. It's something I enjoy doing. Always watching the charts anyway, so might as well make videos about it. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching, and wish you all the luck. Emerald, appreciate it once again for all your chat and support. I'll be talking to you in the week then. Bye.